Let's get a tab and a pen out. Let's understand a couple things. Getting to millionaire is one of the hardest things to do in this world because the whole world wants to fight you. It's like everybody's against you. Now, I was kind of lucky while I was being used and abused as a kid. I paid attention. I got to millionaire status at corporation at 14 and a half years old, 2.6 billion at 26. See, what I realized one thing, I'm going to get knocked down 1,000 times. I accepted that. So every time I get knocked down, I get up again and again. And that's the ultimate goal, getting up again. Now, this is live. If you have a question, just type it out. Pretty simple. There's no recording. There's pictures because I want you to get a tab, a pen, and write it down. See, there's certain things you need to know how to get there. And I believe you've been following things in the wrong direction. Now, that's just me accomplishing the goal. What is 1981? Highest kick, fastest kick on planet Earth. When I hear people say white men can't jump, it makes no sense to me. I just think that kind of stupid, but that's just my opinion. As we look at these things, getting goodies. I always call it goodies. See, the trophies, what I could feel comfortable with. Attaining the $1 million mansions, right? $1 million race boats and yachts and Lamborghinis. See, I didn't get a mommy and a daddy and current family, right? Like most people do. So I had no one to tell me I was doing good. So the goal is my trophies, my goodies, getting millions and billions, kind of fun. But the reality to me, I started basically born in a taxi on the way to Gardena Hospital. Next, we got to focus on this. This is chapter 18. I was lucky while I was being abused by Mrs. Hope and her family that I paid attention to their poker game. See, one night they had a poker game. They said a corporation's a legal person. It basically, I wrote it down in my head. Then I wrote it down on a piece of paper. See, I was 7.5 years old at the time. I rode my bicycle down to the Torrance Police Department. Next door was the library. Next door, I go, man, what does this mean? She was mean, like I was wasting her time. 5 minutes later, here's a microfiche, here's a book. Well, that's nice. So I read the book. Now, when I was a little boy, one of the places I had to live with was on Delane Street. And then we went over to 181st Street in Torrance. This woman actually wired Apollo 9, 11, 13. So the reality is I was hearing Blueprint as a kid. When I wrote down Blueprint for Success, I was 9.5 years old. All right, so I created my own blueprint because at the library I couldn't find one. So let's understand, it says may sue or be sued. See, most of you have a corporation today. You spend thousands of dollars for a piece of paper. You didn't learn diddly squat. This is my opinion, by the way. Next, I sent away $10. My first corporation as a little kid sent away $10, so that's all it cost. If you spend thousands for a corporation, I'm sorry, you kind of get ripped off. See, corporations are free in all 50 states. California nonprofit right now is $30. Profit corporation, LSEC Corp, S Corp, $100. So this is what happened to me. My first corporation was Helping Hand Industries. It freaked me out. It came back, but then I got $100,000 of credit in the mail. I started getting credit cards in the mail left and right, all over the place. So what happened is Mrs. Hope thought I was a crook. She did call Ted Turner, who was at that poker game, and a Laker that became a Laker, now he's an attorney, and that's how I did what I did. Well, I rallied as I explained to Ted Turner, there are 26 ways using SS4. I also got named in the movie Dave. So next, my problem was learning to get my assets kicked. You see, most people think a corporation protects them. When I started the Orange County Blind Center, I was 12.5 years old. They used the word Braille. I didn't realize it belonged to the Braille Institution and got sued for that too. You see, when a corporation gets sued, they tend to sue you because you're the founder. You're on the officers list. You're on the bank account. The goal is to never bring the pain home. As we play, the biggest lie I'm going to tell you is about a corporation protecting you. I don't think it does. You see, when you sign something outside the corporation, you pierce the veil. When you sign that car, that building, that credit card, that makes you a duck and a sheep. What you might want to think about is what I created and invented in 85, 86 called division process. A division doesn't have your name on it. They're also allowed to use SS4. So you don't bring the pain home ever again, but that's up to you as we play. Now, I believe most of you, all right, what you did is you made a mistake. Let's see what that mistake is. I believe you used your personal credit, all right, and you jacked it up going left and right. You see, in a little kid, I was told, don't put all your eggs in one basket. So remember, a corporation sue, they tend to sue you, but if you have division process, you can protect you and your family. but it'll be up to you as well. So here's what happens. We need to put our ducks in a row and never bring the pain home. So warning about me, I'm going to tell it like it is. I'm kind of blunt. All right, I'm going to basically tell you exactly what needs to be done. If you followed stupid, means you did something stupid, doesn't mean you're stupid. See, I got nicknamed the Godfather of Credit, KNX Radio. Been on that station 49 years. I'm going to tell you like it is. I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. All right, I'm probably going to treat you like you're 2 years old. So I just hope and pray to God you follow through. The ultimate goal to never bring the pain home. Now, I'd like you to draw this diagram. So get your tablet and pen and turn it sideways because it's pretty simple. So the goal is you to turn your tablet this way, okay? So what we got to realize is this. Here's a corporation with a subsidiary. Example, here's a corporation with a division of you. Example, here's Bank of America. They have bankrupt now thousands of locations. They're getting ready to bankrupt another 400 locations. That means their corporation parent company owns branches called corporations, called subsidiary. They're going to bankrupt the pieces, take the assets and the money, and walk away right off their taxes. Here's a corporation here with division process, which would be you having 3 divisions of you. Remember, I just showed you a corporation is a legal person. An entity is a legal person as well. You should have had 3 divisions of you. You didn't do that. What you did is most of you, sorry to say, you jacked up your credit cards, you jacked the score, got stuck, couldn't get any more, hawked your house and your family, and brought the damn pain home, which is not acceptable. So as we play this game, we learn to win. The ultimate goal, like Geico, Citi's, and Sam's Club. So the goal today would be to write down, all right, have that goal list. Let's think about something today. You probably have a goal list. Okay, that's good. Here's a goal list. The difference is a goal list is the index of a book. What I would tell you flat out is I'd like to give you your daily list and your weekly list and your project list. In other words, I'd like to make you a millionaire corporation if you allow me to, but that's going to be up to you if you want to follow through. Next, I have a foolproof program. In other words, you don't bring the pain home to you and your family ever again. So we look at foundation, rules and tools. The structure is the key. So let's understand my yachts. 3 yachts in the backyard, 2009. Everything's going good since I was 4 years old. Everything I touch turns to gold. And I make hundreds of millions of dollars every project. No problem. 2009, I had a problem. All right, my problem is I took people on one of my yachts. What's the fireworks? And the next day I'm in a coma and I got to die. Google the address, you'll find I'm telling you the truth. So again, there I am in that coma. The reality of my problem is I thought I had everything planned out. Honey, if I ever die in a coma or whatever happens, here's a cassette. Here's a letter. Sign these 5 people in front of you before you sign anything. Well, my tax attorney shows up at the hospital. My wife signs a POA, power of attorney. He tricks her. From there, the nurse asked my wife if I was a donor. They're going to take out my heart, take it away. I was given a choice to stay in peace or go back. When I said go back, the machine went bumpity bump. So my heart was still beating too. So hear me. I've been in 2 comas so far. One, I was crippled as a little kid, using my face as the brake. Jesus said, get up, I got up. Last one, they're working on me and I eventually got to die. So let's understand. What I want to do is take away all your little excuses. Because if I can get to million to billion corporate structure, so can you. I moved 24 times by the time I'm 11.5 years old. A lot of shitty people. I have been shot and knifed. I have no excuses. Neither do you. You want it bad enough, you're going to get knocked down 1,000 times. There I am in that coma. As some client sent me, and this will stay away from yachts and fireworks and boats. Okay, no problem. So understand, the devil's always trying to knock us down and hold us back. But God's laser on God's denial. So what do? We fight through the pain. So I believe your problem is you didn't learn and do your research. I'm sorry, I just think that's to be true. You see, you got to realize what happens with you. You're 14 to 17 years old, and you signed an SS5 form for your SSN and your 1040 tax return. You don't even know what an SS5 is. You didn't pay attention. Sorry to say, but it's true. You gave yourself one chance to try. The reality, as long as you're trying, you're not dying. If you're not trying, you might as well be dead. We, the people, Supreme Court says a corporation is a legal person. Your Social Security card in your pocket, purse, or wallet today says do not laminate, don't carry with you, and don't use for ID purposes, but you still did that too. We're going to compare the SS5 to the SS4. Line 1 says legal name of entity, individual person. You see, this is what the IRS created for you for credit and banking purposes. Unfortunately, a lot of silly people didn't pay attention. I'd like you to write down irs.gov. I'd like you to write down SS4. That's a form to obtain. I'd like you to write down 1244. See, if you don't file your tax returns, you're just a crook. And that's what happened to basically Wesley Snipes. So when he tried to say he didn't make any income, and he's full of, you know what? His attorneys and CPAs got him in prison for 3.5 years, 10 years probation, and $18 million less. And where's his career now? So let's understand we have to play it. When we look at Richard here, he did the same problem. He won Survivor the first show. He got $1 million check. His tax attorney says he keep $375, rest to go to the IRS pocket. I showed him the reference 3 times 5, which would make it $15 million. Borrow money is not taxable. Instead, what did he do? He didn't listen to anybody. He pissed it all away. 3.5 years in federal prison, 10 years probation, he violated that. So what I want you to focus is plan the problem. Plan the problem. That's what I'd like you to think about. See, there's that SS5 form. I don't think you paid attention to it. SS5 equals SSN and 1040 tax return. One only. Now, again, your Social Security card says do not laminate, don't use for ID purposes, and don't carry with you, and property assessment administration, not you. So understand it's not even your number. It's assigned to you. It was designed for the 1040 tax return. That's all it was designed for, not credit purposes. What you did, I'm sorry to say, you probably had a kitchen table with your meeting with your friends and family. Honey, we're going to start a business. We're going to jack up our cards, drop our score, get stuck, can't get any more, back ourselves in a corner, and hurt ourselves and our family. It'd be silly and dumb. Well, that's what most people do. So let's understand the goal is common solution, but it'll be up to you. So the lack of knowledge makes people do stupid things. I don't think people are stupid. I think half the people in this world are freaking just lazy. We have to understand. Now, I'm going to guarantee what I say. I've been doing this 47 years in person or online, helping people like you. I'll guarantee, as long as you're part of the program, all right, the results you'll get. If you jack up credit cards, you apply for credit and crash your rapid rescore that I paid for, I will charge you a fee, or I will close your case. It's that simple. As we play, remember, a debt consolidation program today doesn't work like consumer credit counseling, my company years ago. So debt consolidation to me is a bunch of crap. I know on TikTok, YouTube, and you know, Google, oh, you can remove a negative. You can do an inquiry. You can do that. Stop. If you have an open collection account, they're going to get you again and again. It's not dead. Kill the debt. You have an IRS problem? Simple. IRS has a form called 656, 433A and B. So we could actually rebuild our lives and our credit, because you have to realize if it's not dead, you're going to have to negotiate a debt or two as we play this game to win. So let's think for a minute what I'd like you to do. When I was training Ken Yarborough, security chief at TOW, became a Superior, I designed a 25-29% rule. See, all your credit cards need a sticky in the back of it. You need to dummy proof this. Limit of the card, $10,000, 25%, $2,500, 29%, what do we got? See, the moment you take it to 30, 30 and plus, you drop your score, you get stuck, you can't get any more. Then the next excuse is you lost your job, have an emergency. Well, if we do this correctly, all cards fluctuate, but these two don't fluctuate at all. These can be used up to $1 million. This in front of you could be a 750 the rest of your life. The reality is you didn't learn rules and tools. I don't know why it took you so long to get here, but I've been teaching and preaching for 47 years. So TRW stood for The Reports From Thomas Raymond Woolridge, Bicycle Parts, El Segundo, California, became a Superior in '96. And I drew the first one of these. I called it Good, Fair, or Hell No, because you have to understand rules and tools. If you keep the discipline, you can maintain 750 the rest of your life. We're going to call it Raise Rules and Tools. I want you to pay attention and make sure you don't bring the pain home again. As we play, you might have to negotiate a debt or two. Now, when I invented and created Rapid Score, Rapid Refresh 43 years ago, all right, this is why I want you to understand Rapid can block crap and push your score up, and away. And I call it the KISS method, which stands for keep it simple, stupid. We're not stupid. We do some stupid things, don't we? But again, what do we need to do? I need you to call 888-567-8688. You see, you added yourself to the national mailing list and the robocall list. I'd like you to opt out for 5 years or a lifetime. Please write it down. The phone number is right in front of you. All you do is call later today, but that'll be up to you as well. You see, when you call one of my call centers, we're going to talk about rebuilding your credit, getting a bonus card, corporate, and some bonus credit, and some lines of credit as well. But we'll rebuild you. I just like to rebuild your whole life. As the founder of the organization, I want to hold your hand every step of the way. But that'll be up to you if you follow through. We can play the game and win. So let's understand, as an example, if we plan the problem and we have safety credit and a line of defense, we can make sure we don't bring the pain home. When I drew and came up with this for science years ago, we're talking in '87, by the way, and I created 0 to 29 is green, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. Don't worry, it's on all the dashboards now. I was suing Credit Karma during the pandemic because they kept saying 42%. So let's understand how to play. Once again, it's going to be up to you to follow through. So all cards fluctuate, but two. So if we maintain that 25-20% rule in all cards, and we realize these cards do not fluctuate, gold or platinum, personal business, they can max up to $1 million, we can get through that emergency time. We can maintain a 750 the rest of your life if you want to. As we play today, problem with most people, you lose your job, have an emergency. What do? Well, simple. You jack up your card in 42 days and you bring the damn pain home. See, it's like today, you need $5,000 now. Go ask your friends and family and the bank. They're going to say no. You see, no, I don't like no. See, you spend or waste $50 every other day. If you pay attention to that, it's pretty simple. All right, so let's understand. Let's look at you for a minute. Let's think today. Okay, well, you're sitting there and probably not happy 100%. You're not where you really want to be. I believe it's your fault. You didn't follow through, and you can stop falling stupid. But that's if you don't take it personally. Next, you waste that $50 every other day, don't you? That's like $700 a month. We could actually create auto income. We could use corporate credit and rebuild our lives correctly if we want to follow through. But again, that's up to you as we play this game. So that basically what, $600 a month you kind of waste? You realize if I spend $50,000 on a corporate credit card, the payment is $612.26. So what I piss away, I could actually go get 2 pizzas today, or with the drive-through and have a franchise. Now let's write down, because Nixon took the gold standard out in '71, August. So let's do this. I'm willing to sacrifice the division, not the corp and my family. See, so far you've been sacrificing you and your family. That should be over. You shouldn't do that anymore. Let's remember, let's have our cake and eat it too. Let's use raise rules, become a certified CFO, and never bring the pain home as we play this game to win. So I'd like you to take a picture of these here. This is supply credit that can turn to cash credit under a corporation so you can balance your debt and solve your problem. It's about 51,000. So there's a solution for a problem. 750 score, $100 million building, $1 million Lamborghini, $5 million mansion, $1 million race boats. Why not? I obtained them. Why haven't you? So if we do this correctly, I can analyze your credit. I can basically do a rapid rescore. I can take your 590 to a 757 and build you up and away, as long as you're part of the program. So the goal is like 651, no green lights, no possibilities. I add my rapid and my score, and guess what I get to do? I get basically $1 million of credit, a bunch of green lights. Sorry, this couple, they were nice people. They went to a bankruptcy attorney and asked them if they can use to file bankruptcy. Well, the bankruptcy attorney sold them a bankruptcy, not a banana or pickle. See, here's the problem. On TikTok, you see people, you need to secure a credit card and do that. Stop. Let's stop the crap. I'm an affiliate. My dashboard can usually pop a card out of nothing $1,000 to $2,000. I do it every day. If you ever need to secure a credit card, you wouldn't use Capital One like they say. You get an Open Sky card. There's no inquiry anyway. You put $200 on it, you spend $25. But in most cases, you don't need that. This is bankruptcy, and I get them a card unsecured for $500. This is 11 collection accounts. Later on their car payment, here's $3,000. So let's understand, rapid refresh can block credit, bad credit, shady credit, push the score up and away, create a bunch of green lights. You have to balance your debt. You have to be responsible, by the way. Now, for me, I built credit for my cat to prove my point years ago. Inc. magazine came out and said, use plastic to finance your business, because that's what I was demonstrating when they interviewed me. Pretty simple. So if a cat can get $1 million of credit that I built, probably so can you. But again, I accomplished my goals. I have no excuses, and I always go get my goodies. I'd like you to do the same thing. So let's get Credit Karma, because it's free, because Intuit bought them on December 3rd, 2020. Let's keep in mind it's free, but keep in mind credit repair is a fraud. I'm sorry, my magic wand's broken. You see, credit repair, I'm sorry, when they say they can charge fees up front, they cannot. It's actually against federal law. It's right there, Federal Trade Commission. Can't charge fees up front, but they do it every day. You have the Credit Repair Organization Act. So why don't you download 611? Just write down Section 611, download it. Find out what you can do for yourself. This is Consumer Finance Protection Bureau. They indicted basically Daniel because he's telling people to get in the credit repair business, and he started the credit repair cloud. Well, after he goes to prison, I guess that's what's going to happen. So the next thing is to do credit repair. You'd have to lie. Isn't that under penalty of perjury? But again, it's a choice. Look at LifeLock, please. I'm sorry to say, but they've been indicted basically 6 times. Their last indictment's $100 million. So you need the real rules and tools so we can play to win the game of life and business. Let's obtain your credit reports today. Let me analyze them, usually in about 24 hours. Let me line you up so I can help you get that 750 score. And I'll hold your hand personally every step of the way. But that's up to you. On Fridays and Saturdays, I show analyzations of clients in rotation. I've been analyzing over 50 million people over the years. I analyze every customer I've ever had. So we look at the Ray Reynolds University. Got to the point, 2009, 22,000 square foot building, having fun helping people like you. So what do we get to do? Let's get past go, because I think you're stuck. Let's show you some Lamborghinis, a Duffy, a mansion. Let's show you how white men can jump to who said we don't. More Lamborghinis. How about Duffys? How about race boats? How about helicopters? How about basically U-Docks? How about yachts and Ferraris? Simple. See, I obtain these things because I understand Ray's rules, because I'm the one who wrote it and created it. So your goal today could be to blueprint you and call it See It, Believe It, Go Get It. That's what I named my blueprint when I was 9.5 years old. As we play, here's $500 million of goodies. Would you like some goodies today? Let me know. So the goal I had as a problem is, I said, my loan to value problem. When I transferred my properties to my divisions, I had no loan to value problem ever again. I like goodies. You like goodies yet? Goodies and goodies and goodies. It makes sense to me. To make goals, how I brought in millions and billions. I like goodies. $100 million buildings, $1 million Lamborghinis. So what do we get to do? God's gift, the mansions in the harbor. I got my 3 yachts, my race boats, and my Duffys and Sea-Doos. I needed the largest U-Dock in Huntington Harbor. That's why I obtained it. So the goal is get some goodies. Now, put the race boats and the yachts in the backyard, of course. Now, the Duffy was great because on Fridays and Saturdays, I could take the wife to Captain Jack's, Prime Mirabelle, or Steak and Lobster. Goodie. Now, I had a problem when I was 26. I got to the point, $2.6 billion of corporate structure. I was afraid to get fat, ugly, and die. I had to find a purpose. My purpose was to help you, if you allow me to. All right, I like the goodies. Now, my wife turns around and calls this my hobby. So would you like to get some goodies? Let me know. I can show you how to play the game and get that ultimate goal too. The goal is simple. Like when the Guinness Book of Records guy came out, instead of saying nice things, he said, where's the wires? I kind of kicked out the lights that night. They're 13 feet. I got no excuses, neither do you. I did my research after Coma and found out my grandfather was Richard Bishop. Coach Bishop Roosevelt High. Maybe that's why I could kick so high. The door jam of the basketball hoop. To me, it looks like a gangster from the 30s, but that's just my opinion. Oh, well, he didn't care anyway. So guess what? I don't hear no. No doesn't mean no. No means they don't know how. So all through the week, all through this week and all through the Saturday and everything else, I got classes online for you if you want me to play and actually rebuild your life too. So you get to know Ray Reynolds, the Godfather of Credit, and raisecredit.com. All right, now I believe most of you are 45 to 70 years old, probably disappointed you played it safe and you never took a chance. There's me online helping people every day. There's about $10 million of credit sitting there too. You can call 800-254-9506 and you can play with me too if you want to. I'd tell you to write down today's date and look at 90 working days. Now let's remember the United States of America Incorporated. Supreme Court says corporation's a legal person. They got 50 corporations, 50 states and cities, all corporations, and they plan the oh shit day. Sorry, but they created and invented a Chapter 9 bankruptcy for cities. It's we the people. Supreme Court says so. You can stop bringing the pain home if you choose to. Give you an example. Glenn here lived in his car for 3 years feeling sorry for himself. Brand new business doing $1 million, brand new house, brand new truck. I got Freeway Ricky Dickie Ross. I rebuilt after 20 years in prison to $3 million of credit. Thomas was in prison for 26 years. Okay, got him a $5 million business in 6 months. Michael got arrested. So we got Arnold. We have basically presidents. All right, we have Costner. We have Giovanni for Pixar. And all of a sudden we got college professor. We got Superman for Gold's Gym. Kurt Cobain got arrested so and got her $1 million too in her little videos too. See, my point is no matter where we come from, everybody can accomplish the American dream and you can get that $1 million corporation too. Lakers, Clippers, Dodgers, and Angels too. So this is pathetic. This guy's like, I mean, come on. I mean, I went to a coma, lost 3.7 billion in a second. What do? Honey, take me to Mark's place. All right, off the 57 freeway, they own Jewelry Mart. I sell the wedding ring, Rolex necklace, bracelet. I went in, came back. She says, where's your watch? Where's your wedding ring? I said, man, honey, I am basically being cleaned. I lied to my wife. Of course, I'm going to lie to her. I'm going to protect her. I'm going to take what needs to be done. So here's what I did. I have 3 divisions of me and 5 closet divisions. This means flat out, what did I do? All right, I sold them, got 16,400. There I am in that coma before I died. My 3 divisions gave me the chance to build $1 million of credit in 6 weeks, which I did. I bought my wife her next dream house. Why do people stay down when they don't have to? I don't understand that, but that's up to you. So let's understand that car there is a division and guaranteed by a division. The lease of a building, the houses, the real estate to receive money as is for. The daisy chain credit means you can get 1 credit card and you can ask for 99 more. How many would you like? See, you're not winning the lottery. You're not getting a raise. But the reality is if you play with me, I'll build you the credit you can finance your way and write it off on your taxes. So today, the dashboards I set up in the 80s for Ken Yarborough, security chief of TRW, became a superior under tax IDs. Pretty simple to do. You have a corp today? Look at it, please. I'll bet you if you look on Secretary of State's website, you'll find it. You'll find your name. You're the officer, and you probably use your home address. I would tell you to change that right away. I would tell you to put your ducks in a row, because right now when they sue that corp, they sue you, and I say that sucks. You have to build your line of defense and never bring the pain home. But it's up to you to pay attention today. There's those goodies again. If I add you to my credit system, what can I do? I can rebuild you. Is it easy? No, I don't have a magic wand. Plan A all the way. I'm one of the few, not one of the many. Plan B is only for losers, and that's not us today. All right, let's get a, what, do you want to be a millionaire corporation? The answer is yes. We play the right way. Take a picture of this, please. See, all my life, I always wanted to have a business and be the bank. I didn't want to run the business. When I had my 22,000 pay phones, When I have my 19 houses transferred to divisions, again, I wrote books on laundromats, dry cleaning, car washes, and storage units and real estate. These are businesses you can obtain that you're the investor, you're the bank, you don't have to run them. So today I'd like to do a blueprint call with you. That means you and your partner of life on the phone, past, present, future, good, bad, and ugly, any problem, bankruptcy, tax lien, or American Express or Chase. Then I want to talk about your family. Then I want to talk about corporation, division, and irrevocable trust, car, house, auto, income, cash flow for your time. I'd like to spend an hour on the phone with you and your partner of life, if you allow me to blueprint you. But again, that's up to you. For example, today, if you were to Google 100,000 or brand new house in all states, you'll find 14 states. A division can buy a piece of property as first-time buyer. It's 5,000 down. What are you trying to do? 10,000, 100,000 a month. It can be real estate officer Section 8. Go to Texas, go to Utah, go where? Go to Arizona. What is their goal? Add properties. This is an 8 unit, these 8 of these ones are sold. This is about 6 months ago as an example for you. Clients. By the time I was done helping them, guiding them, one got 22,000, Mary 47, David 54,000, and 72,000 a month for other ones as well. This was their monthly income, by the way. So if we look at storage units, that's one of my favorite ones anyway. Then we look at properties and apartment complexes, duplexes, and fourplexes. Again, these are just things to make money. Your goal is not to get rich. Your goal should be an income on a monthly base. If we looked at Freddie Mac, all right, Section 8, 401ks, whatever you want to do. From there, what do we get to look at? DSRC loans. So the ultimate goal is if we went after that, we could actually eventually become the bank on top of that as well. But again, the goal is to reach it, not just talk about it. The ultimate goal is going to be up to you. So it's like when I taught my client how to get dry cleaners. We went after 3. He does 63,000 a month. Laundromats, very simple, 30,000 a month. They're on every street corner. So what do? Maybe some Wendy's restaurants. You never see the owner running the business. They're an investor. How about gas stations? So the way to look at a business as an investor, using corporate credit to get it closed escrow and turn it into an income base. I had my 22,000 payphones years ago, but then the cell phone replaced that. Now my new replacement is the what? EV charging stations. California says they're 1 million shorts. So let's go get a bunch of those too. What is the ultimate goal? Monthly income. If somebody drove you around your city today, I'd like you in the passenger side. Look at all the things around you and ask yourself, why don't you own them? The ultimate goal is you should own the pieces around you, or because someone else does. It might as well be you. So what do we get to do in the beginning? In the beginning, you can let me do a rapid rescore for you. Go to class Friday or Saturday. Okay, the goal would be $750. I would target $999 to you. I'd give you 1,000 card back to reimburse you. The next thing, what are we going to do? Use Ray's rules and tools to maintain 750 score. That would be the ultimate goal, to play the game to win. Now there, take another picture. This is Zelle, BankSpot Zelle, July 6, 2022. All right, that's why they don't need as many locations anymore. Zelle is Ray at rayscredit.com. Pops up Ray Reynolds recipient. If you Zelle something to me, you'd always put RW, which means Ray's webinar. The goal is a starter package. You have a corporation, let me build the one you have. If not, I'll hand you a corp, you just pay your filing fee. Rebuild your credit, rapid rescore, put you on class and level 1 in setup, charge you $9.99, give you $5,000 of credit back. $24.99, give you $25,000 of credit. We analyze, add history, and let's pop credit as soon as possible. That's the ultimate goal, to reach the American dream. Then there's that Zelle thing again. It's how you pay for the program. You can also call 800-254-9506. Talk to one of the specialists right away. They will charge you 5% more if you're using a card. Very simple. The goal is to repackage you every step of the way. That's why I named it Repackage America years ago too. So the bottom line today, I'd have you focus on $100,000. Why? Because this is 150,000 each of these. These are worth 100,000 each. So what do? If we took $100,000 of credit and then I rebuild you and take the Green Spark Unlimited for 100,000 of the Two Sisters for 30. Well, that's 160. What if we did it times 9 divisions? Is that $1 million? What if we did B of A, Wells Fargo, Inc., and Gold Card? So this is a way we could actually multiply credit to get the American dream. Then we don't want to go play with the bank. The bank's going to give you bridge the loan. In other words, they're going to give you a line of credit. As long as you have a 2-year corporation, 2-year divisions, and you've been in business and you're the same owner too. So what happens is these are my 5 favorite ones, up to basically $5.4 million of cash credit. Divisions allow you to justify projections of income, which is nice, like a projection of $1 million. Money making machine, the $1 million maker, you. If we learn to leverage money, we basically leverage the money to make more money, and we'd offset our taxes. Rich and famous people, they offset taxes because they create manageable debt. My dashboards allow me to get American Express card, platinum, personal business, same time, or divisions or employee cards. How many would you like? The gold card as well. So if we built the credit from 1,000, all of a sudden 1,000, 75,000 of credit, what would be the goal be? Let's take borrow money, not taxable, corporate credit. Let's go by your lifetime income. I think it should be real estate or franchise every step of the way, but that's just my opinion. Here's an example from David. David here turns around just what I say to do a little bit, and I get him at the 96,000 a month. He's wanting more and more and more. He's doing even more. The ultimate goal. What do we get to do? Maybe it's your turn. So if we wanted 100,000 of credit today, that's all we want. It's usually 10%, which is about 10 grand. When we do it today during the broadcast with me, I give you half price, $4,999. If you needed 50,000, the goal is very simple, half price instead of 5,000, or it would be $29.99. If we looked at basically 25,000 on credit at a discounted price, we're looking at basically $14.99. Ultimate goal, it would be a Zelle payment too. Now remember, my coaching programs are fun because I get to coach you into millionaire status. And you're on the phone with me on a weekly basis. We're going to coach every step of the way. And I'm going to tell you what to do on your daily base, weekly base, and your projects too. In your cases in my office at all times. So credit, loan, and money. Corporation should be a management company managing an entity, franchise, apartment complex, line of defense. I don't believe your corporation should create liability because when they sue it, they sue you. Financial freedom, 10,000, 100,000 a month. So let's understand when I did my flippity dippity doos. I got tired because the buyer's a liar, the agent, the broker, and the contractor too. Hire the subcontractor outside Home Depot. When I was 21, I decided to be the bank. So when I sold my first car, I took the deposit and I carried the balance and got $1,413 a month, $413 a month for 7 years. I sold a house, I got $1,200 a month for 30 years. See, everybody has the ability to become the bank. If you got an apartment complex today, you can split DD unit as well. Work with your city to get that done. So the assignment of mortgage is assignment of asset. So I wrote Winning the Game of Business, Financial Series, Buckets of Money, and real estate as well. Make you a money maker machine is not easy, but I can get you there. So maybe you want to sell supply and vendor credit. That's called OPM money. That's done in Bradstreet. The bottom line, you can sell on Amazon and eBay today if you want to. So if you have a corporation today, let me build it for you. If not, I'll hand you one. You'll stop bringing the pain home. You'll put your ducks in a row, and I'll repackage you my way because I think your way, sorry, sucks. The goal is a corporation's a legal one. Person that's in front of you, what do they get the SS4 for and the SSN? Well, SSN, and that's SS5 form. What is it for? To make you a duck and a sheep. The reality is we could play and understand the difference between those two. So what do we get to do today? SS5 equals SSN in 1040. So I always say irs.gov, look at the 1244. Offset the tax as much as you can. Here's that form you didn't pay attention to. So let's understand today how you receive money matters. You, SSN, and SS5 means tax appropriate when you're dead. SS4, no taxes due till you're profitable. So let's look at that SS4 one more time. Legal name of entity, individual person. So that means a grocery store, bank, and city file bankruptcy on subsidiaries and don't bring the payment home like you. You can have a division of you as well. The ability to play and never bring the pain home. So as we play this game, remember what that form says. Banking and credit purposes per entity. That's the ultimate goal. Corporations should do 4 things only. 1 is the buffer tax. 2, corporate credit write it all off. And 3, buy a car at fleet price. And 4, get the free buffet at the hotel. That's all it should do. From there, a line of defense is the division. They're cheap, multiple functions, buy at wholesale price, multiple credit reports, and separate liability for real estate. Your whole goal should be creating a line of defense, which you never did. Corporate umbrella, debt follows tax ID and bills credit reports. Remember, I had you draw this earlier today. That should be your future. So the goal today is to be a certified CFO for personal life and business life and focus on auto income. The problem we have right now is we're running out of time. We're losing time. We're getting older, slower, and as pretty as it used to be. Reality is we have days left of this year. A corporation must be 2 years or a division or both to get a line of credit. Checkbook money. So the lack of knowledge makes people do, stupid things. Like I said earlier today, this is ridiculous. All I had to do is take my 3 divisions of me, my closet divisions, rebuild my life into $1 million of credit, and buy my wife an extreme house. No more excuses, the ability to play and get the ultimate goal. Now, I had $53 million of credit cards in the past, in the 80s, and I had a problem. They're going to shrink my limits. The more I'd loan out, the more the limit would grow. So that's how I created cash flow for you per time. So I put in my first book here on the financial series called Buckets of Money. So every time I loan out money, I created a cash flow. So I had 41 divisions. All right, this is basically 98. And from there, what did I do? And 18 months later, I created 190,000 a month. The assets behind that were $1.1 billion. The notes were sold as well. So the ability to play and win. So if you need a division today, I'm going to tell you each one is $4.99 at history, daisy chain credit, and have the ability to play the game. All right, 3 for $14.97. All right, 3 for $9.99, 9 for $24.99. It is a Zelle only. From here, what is our goal? If you need to call the office right there, 800-254-9506. Every division should be known as a bucket of money. There's me on class teaching people just like I teach you. Have some more fun, up, and away. And then I have specialty classes again in rotation on Saturday too. So we get to play. Remember, if we build corporate cash credit, all right, what are we going to do? Borrow money is not taxable. We're going to buy our lifetime income. That is having your cake and eat it too. Raise rules. Become a certified CFO. Never bring the pain home again. You won the lottery today. You're going to argue with your CPA. Put the money in your account. They're going to pay tax on the money you gain. I'm going to say add it to a division of you. I like you to sit down with a banker or borrow against it. Borrow money is not taxable. Let me turn it to $100 million. Plan the problem. The only thing that can file bankruptcy is SS and SS4. Who wants to be the duck the next time you have an old shit day? Hopefully you say corporate division, but that's up to you too. You got to learn to play. So basically I got an opportunity. I got nationwide radio anyway. So I'm here, I got a TV show next year. You might want to take $2,000 to $5,000 and invest today. While you get to do that, you'll be leveraging money. The next thing, you're going to join me at my boot camp. So again, this is 2009. What do? Winning the game of business. From there, it's page 6, paragraph 3, cash flow free up your time. See, there's 1,000 steps to millionaire. I put in my Millionaires Founders Kit. I sold at the Bonavich for 32 years, 5,000 a set, literally every Saturday, every Friday and Saturday and Wednesday too. We get to play. Oh, there I'm dead. That sucks. Having a know what day? Oh my goodness. See, Ron went to the office to steal my books and CDs. Tom sold my websites and phone numbers to a porn site. Never call the phone number on the CD, please. But what do we get to do? If you want to copy the Millionaires Founders Kit, you call the office. It's $500 a set. Pretty simple. Through me, it's $299 if it was done now. Next thing we get to do is simple. We're going to have that boot camp this come Friday and Saturday and Sunday. That means you're stuck with me. Friday, we're going to tear apart the Millionaires Founders Kit. We're going to look at this basically 1,000 steps, rules, and tools. And that's fun from 9 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Then what we're going to do, this is basically the 25th, 26th, 27th. This is a lifetime, and the reality is I'll change your life forever. And I'm not doing another one. This is the last and final one. Reaching your highest goals that you want to reach. From there, we're going to tear apart the real estate system, financial system. You want a copy of those at the office, $1,000. From here, I give it away for $499. If you go to the Summit Bootcamp, it's free. And the next day on Saturday, we're going to tear apart real estate and division process. The ultimate goal, and that's what we're going to do. Third day and final, all right, tax balancing, become the bank and buckets of money. 3 days of life-changing information for you. Do yourself a favor right now. Take a picture of this page right here. So what happens is for $19.99, the books are $1,500. You're going to get the books for free. You're going to get 10,000 in credit, attend online or in person, and level 1, 2, and 3 in 90 days afterwards, ask more questions. So that's what you can do right now. If you did it before I'm done talking, it is $2,999, which I'm going to give you 100,000 in credit to that. It's up to you. There's your Zelle information again. So keep in mind, you can call the office at 800-254-9506, and basically if you use a card, they will charge you 5% more. Add you to my credit system. That's the ultimate goal. Beat your doubt, run your race, get out of my way while I rebuild you, please. That's the ultimate goal. Today, I'd like you to write down driver's license, insurance, registration. You're highly intelligent. Unfortunately, when you get in a bumpity bump or pulled over by the police officer, you give out your personal information. I would think you'd want to use P.O. Box mailing address under the Privacy Act. You see 2 cars in 2 buildings. I see 1,013 divisions. When you buy a car, you let them sweat you for 5 hours. Next, your signature from now on, write down, this allows one inquiring to take a picture. Please set the tone of that day. Fleet price tax ID division. That's how you should buy a car. From their house and car, you lose it. Don't worry, the creditor, they're just going to turn it into the IRS as a 1099-C. Now you got double shitty credit on top of that. So remember, plan the problem, please. A car should be registered to a division and never to a person. But the goal is, like every property you get, should be a division. You have no idea which one's going to slip, fall, and sue you and screw you up. House payment offsets tax return. Amazon didn't pay tax on the first 10 billion. Now we're triple trillion. So what do we get to do? Play the game to win. And that's the ultimate goal. So remember, there's no loophole. There's no, what? They're doing what they're allowed to do. We watched Musk buy Twitter, borrowing from 3 banks $44 billion. He's got a spaceship, so does the other 2 guys. So we could actually join the club and win the battle. And pay attention starting today. Run your life through a corporation or a conjunction. That means pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. See, your problem is your taxable income is your paycheck. Well, that's good. Then the leftover, you're paying car payment, gas registration, insurance. Why don't you know and start driving a company car like I do? It would make more sense. Here's Mama. After 71, what happened next? She's got to sign the SS4 for the baby because Nixon took the gold standard out. What happens next? The reality is, when you buy a house, escrow close, Homestead Trust. They sue you, they take it away. If you die, you get stuck in a probate, your family got diddly squat. When you hire that contractor, what happens next? They cut corners. Why don't we basically plan the problem so they get diddly squat? Why not? Let's protect our assets and stop bringing the pain home. Irrevocable trust. Now, again, Wesley Snipes screwed up. He went to prison for 3 years, 18 million out of his pocket. So do yourself a favor. There's no peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. So we can play the game to win. So understand buying at wholesale price, 70% discount. All right, what do? You don't pay a bill up to 90 days. We leverage the money, borrow money is not taxable, and you build your line of defense. The ultimate goal. I call that blackjack. So what are you willing to lose? Family, corporate, division? All I know is one thing. Finally got a family. Don't want to hurt the corporation because it hurt me. And I'm going to get checkmate because I have division process. That's what makes sense. But it's up to you. Your goal is to never bring the pain home. $100 million building, $1 million Lamborghini. Reach the dream, think to be the impossible. So I like making millionaires, the corporate divisions, and training people to be a certified CFO. I've done that for 47 years so far, and the ultimate goal. So keep in mind, joint credits in the way. All right, buy a house, that's quickly some said trust. Corporations are free in all 50 states. You pay a filing fee. From there, you have your divisions for real estate, franchise, current business, and line of defense. In most all programs that I do, I want to make sure I give you back exactly your money, if not times 10. That's how it works, so everybody can win. That's the ultimate goal. So keep that in mind today. The ultimate goal is going to be up to you. 750, all right, it's waiting for you. Analyzation, rapid rescore, go to class Friday and Saturday. $1,000, $9.99, give you a card back equal the amount you paid. During the broadcast, it's $4.99. Card becomes $500. And the ultimate goal, use Ray's rules and tools, and you maintain a 750 score. If you don't have a corp, I'll give you one for free. You pay your filing fee. If you have one, I'll build the one you've got. Go to class, level 1 in setup. $9.99, $5,000 credit back, 5 times your investment. $24.99, $25,000 credit, still 5 times your investment. Analyze, add history, pop credit right away. That's the ultimate goal. So what do we get to do? Zell, 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 zell. Call the office right away too. So keep in mind, referrals build more credit. From there, the next thing is if you don't want a referral money, I can sell you money too. Build credit or sell you money. Either way, everybody gets to win. You need my email address that's right in front of you. So we do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. And we never forget the end of the day. All right, it's pretty simple. God loves us all. So there's that number, 800-254-9506. I'd say call it right away. Talk to one of the specialists. Keep in mind, my ultimate goal is to repackage every one of you. Have a great and a blessed day.